Imagine waking up and realizing the US dollar is no longer the most powerful currency in the whole entire world. Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the thing, the dollar's dominance is already being challenged. China and a group of other nations are building their own system, their own financial system, which is called BRICS. And this isn't just some financial headline. A weaker dollar affects you directly, your grocery bill, your vacation abroad, and even when it comes to your investments. So today, let's break it down for you guys what a declining dollar will mean for you, what BRICS will be doing, and most importantly, what you can do to prepare for it. So first things first, the US dollar isn't just America's currency, it's the world's reserve currency. That means most global trade, oil, commodities, and even government debt is priced in dollars. Whenever countries trade, the dollar often acts as the middleman. So if the dollar loses value, it's not just America's issue, it creates a ripple effect, which includes the whole entire nations on this planet. And when the world sneezes, your wallet catches a cold. Why is the dollar declining, you ask? Here's the thing, there's a few different factors that play into it. First things first, it's inflation and debt. The US has printed trillions of dollars in the recent years, and the national debt is over $34 trillion. More dollars in circulation means each one of that dollar is worth less. And when it comes to interest rates, when the Federal Reserve cuts rates, it makes holding dollars less attractive compared to other currencies. When we are talking about trade deficits, we buy far more from other countries than we sell, which weakens the dollar's balance. And finally, global diversification. Other nations are tired of depending on the dollar, and this is where the BRICS system comes in. Let's bring it closer to home for you guys so you guys understand what's truly going on here. What does a weaker dollar mean for you? Imports will get more expensive. Electronics, clothes, even food will cost more for you guys. Travel will cost more. Those prices are going to be going up. Your dollars will buy less abroad, making your vacations pricier. Inflation is going to be sneaking into your guys' life. Gas, groceries, raw materials, all of that will cost more. In simple terms, the same paycheck that you're getting on a bi-weekly basis buys you less than what you could have bought 4 or 5 years ago. If you're an investor just like myself, the dollar's decline should matter to you. When it comes to exports, US goods will look cheaper to foreign buyers. Multinational companies, those making money overseas, often see bigger profits in dollar terms. Assets like gold, commodities, even Bitcoin usually rise when the dollar weakens. But on the flip side, if you own bonds or assets that heavily rely on foreign investors, demand's going to be going down. That puts more pressure on the stock market and even your retirement account. So let's go back to me explaining what the BRICS system is. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It started in the year 2000s as a club of fast-growing economies that wanted to have more say in the global financial space because everyone depends on the dollar and now they're not having it. They want to create their own system. Here's the key. For decades, the US dollar has been the backbone of the financial space, which you guys already know, especially when it comes to oil. This is called the petrodollar system, but BRICS wants to change that. They're going to be doing this by building their own versions of IMF, the World Bank, and even the SWIFT. That way, they don't even have to go through the westernized systems and they're dominated by the dollar. China is leading the push for BRICS currency, possibly backed by the dollar and other commodities. This would give countries an option outside the dollar, and they don't want to depend on that, so that's the goal. Let me give you an example here. Russia sells oil to India and gets paid in rupees, not dollars. China is doing oil deals with the Middle East in yuan. And here's the kicker, BRICS isn't staying small. Over 40 countries have applied to the BRICS system, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Argentina. If this happens, BRICS will control a huge share of the world's oil, commodities, and population. This is the most serious challenge that the dollar is facing in decades. And every deal that is happening in yuan, rubles, or rupees instead of the dollars is chipping away from the US's global economy and their dominance. So what does this mean for you? That's the main question, right? You need to diversify your investments. Don't rely only on US stocks. Look at international markets and emerging economies. Hedge with real assets. You can go buy gold, real estate, and even other commodities tend to hold value when the currencies are going to zero or when they're going down. Stay flexible, build a budget that accounts for inflation because prices creeping up is here to stay, okay? You don't need to panic, but you do need to prepare. So let me wrap it up for you guys here. The dollar's decline isn't just about charts or central banks. It's about daily expenses, your savings, and America's place in the whole entire world. BRICS is going to be changing a lot of things, and if it truly happens, the dollar will collapse. With that being said, the stock market will collapse, the real estate market will also see a big crash or a big collapse. BRICS is reshaping the financial system, and the dollar may not always be the king. But here's the good news, guys. Knowledge is your hedge, and that's what you're getting on this channel. So by subscribing to the channel, you're hedging and you're saving yourself. Again, you guys, this is not financial advice. This is only for education purposes. Okay, you need to be doing your own due diligence when it comes to investing in the stock market or when it comes to investing in real estate. The more you understand these shifts, the better you can protect your money. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around. The dollar may be declining, but your financial knowledge doesn't have to.